In this short lesson, we're going to take a look at some applications of linear systems. So suppose you have a bag of 555 nickels and dimes worth $50 altogether. How many coins of each type do you have? Okay, so we have two unknowns. We have x equals, we'll say it's the number of nickels, and y is the number of dimes. Okay, so we're going to write a first equation that just says how many total coins we have. So x plus y equals 555. Now the next equation is going to represent how much money these coins are worth. And so altogether $50. And so nickels are 5 cents. Dimes are 10 cents. We're going to write these in dollars. And so we get this equation 0.05x. That would be how much money in nickels that we had, plus 0.10y, and that would be how much money in dimes, is equal to 50 altogether. Now we have to decide how we want to solve this system. And so I will use substitution to solve the system. And so the first thing that we need to do is isolate a variable, either x or y. And in the first equation, it's pretty easy to do so. So I'll isolate x by moving y to the other side, subtract y from each side, and we get x equals 555 minus y. And now we're going to take this expression, substitute it for x in this equation, and we get 0.05 times 555 minus y plus 0.1y is equal to 50, and distribute. Okay, so we get 0.05 times 555 is 27.75, and then minus 0.05 times y, or minus 0.05y plus 0.1y is equal to 50, and combine like terms, so we have 27.75 plus 0.05y is equal to 50, and subtract 27.75 from each side, and that leaves us with 0.05y is equal to 22.25, and then lastly divide both sides by 0.05, and that gives us 445. Okay, well, 445, that was the number of dimes, that was a y value, and so there must be 110 nickels, because remember, the total number of nickels and dimes altogether is 555. Okay, so another way that you could find the x value is to just take this y value, 445, and substitute it into this expression. And let's take a look at one more example. Suppose both a 4% alcohol solution and a 14% solution are available. How many gallons of each must be mixed in order to get 50 gallons of a 7% alcohol solution? Okay, so we go to the question, and it says how many gallons of each. So we're going to let x be the number of gallons of the first solution, and that was the 4%, and y be the number of gallons of the second, which is the 14%. Okay, because we have two unknowns, we need two equations, and the first equation is just going to say how many total gallons that there are in this mixture. Okay, and we can write that as x plus y equals 50. Okay, now the next equation is going to represent how much alcohol is in the mixture. Okay, and so we know the percentages of each part of the mixture. So we have 4% and 14%. And so we can write an equation that looks like this, 0.04x. That would be the amount of alcohol in the first solution, plus 0.14y, and that's the amount of alcohol in the second solution, is equal to, we want the mixture to contain 7% alcohol, so 0.07, and we need to know what this is of, 0.07 times something, and that's however many gallons are in this mixture, which is 50. Okay, so we have some options in solving. This one I'm going to solve using elimination. And to do that, I'm going to multiply the first equation by a number. It's going to be the opposite of one of the coefficients in the second equation. So I'm going to use the first coefficient, 0.04, and take the opposite of it, negative 0.04. And rewrite, and we get negative 0.04x minus 0.04y is equal to negative 0.04 times 50, or negative 2. And now take a look at these two equations. We can add them together. Okay, where the x's will cancel out, 0.14y plus negative 0.04y, that's just positive 0.1y, is equal to 3.5 plus negative 2, or 1.5. And then divide both sides by 0.1, and so we get y equals 1.5 divided by 0.1, which is really just 15. Okay, now we found y pretty quickly. Y is the number of gallons of the 14% solution, and we know there's a total of 50 gallons altogether, so that must mean that there's 35 gallons of the 4% solution needed.